Hey everybody. I have like a trillion thoughts and emotions flying through me today. And I don't really know what to do with them. So, I'm gonna ramble about them. Um, I have some like serious insecurity issues lately. And some of them I know exactly why it's happening, and I know that it will pass and things will get better. And others of them, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't, I'm striving so hard just to get over it, but I can't. Um, I can like ignore things sometimes, but not really get past it. One of the biggest things is my weight. Um, I have been fed through a feeding tube and gotten saline through my port for a long time and haven't taken in anything else other than that. Excuse me. And yet I am really overweight. Um, I'm 5'6", and I weigh 100, almost 180 pounds. Um, and no matter what I do, I can't lose weight. Like, I'm exercising way more than I should be, way more than has been advised by my doctors and my PTs, just because I'm frustrated. And I want to be able to say that I've done everything I can. And since I can't control my calorie intake because it's chosen for me, and it's even like if you look up online, like how many calories someone should be getting for, you know, your weight and height and amount of motion and all of that, like I get like half as many calories as I'm supposed to, and I still cannot lose weight. Um, and it's really frustrating because people are really judgmental about it. That they give you funny looks. Even doctors that like that's not their area tend to be like, "Why do you have a feeding tube? You obviously don't need one." And I'm like, "Well, because I can't eat. Maybe that would be why." Um, Yeah, so it's super frustrating. We've had my thyroid checked, and I don't have a gallbladder anymore, and, all that kind of stuff that would typically be in there. So it's just frustrating that I can't do anything about it, and yet it's something that's really visual and really evident to other people. That I'm not your typical feeding tube person, that I'm all super skinny and underweight and whatever. I'm actually the opposite, and that's so frustrating. Another thing that really frustrates me, and I know I probably drive everybody crazy because I talk about it all the time, is communication. Um, that I, come and go with communication so much, and even who I communicate with comes and goes so much, and it really has nothing to do with who they are or how well I know people or whatever. It's just my brain and what it can process and how much it can process, and um, the situation at the time, and even the way things are worded, and like everything. And I get so frustrated that I feel like every time I post something, all of the people that I haven't responded to are probably like, "Oh, sure, she's ignoring me." Um, or I respond to one person, but I don't respond to what they had brought up because I can't process that. Um, and that's really frustrating. Um, there's a few other things that really frustrate me, but are a little bit too personal to talk about. Like the fact that I'm 30 and I don't technically have a boyfriend. Um, that really frustrates me. Um, I'm content in being single, but I also want to. Can you hear I assume, a nephew out playing the piano? Um, it's also frustrating because I feel like I've always wanted to be a wife, and I've always wanted to be a mother, and I want to get to that point, but I don't know how to do anything outside of what I'm already doing to make that happen. And I know full well that I need to just let go and trust God with the timing of all of that, and um, trust other people, trust the guy with the timing of all of that, the man that God has for me with the timing of all of that. Um, but that's really hard, and it makes me really insecure. Like, what am I doing wrong? Um, or like, what's the hesitation? But yeah, I shouldn't have gone that far into that anyway. But um, yeah, I don't want to be one of those people who goes through life really insecure about things, because I was created in the image of God. And I know who I am, and I know my purpose, and I know what I'm supposed to do with my days when I wake up. Like, I don't have questions about those sort of things, and yet I struggle with stupid stuff. And I don't want to be that person. I think that that is an incorrect mindset. Um, I shouldn't be focused on those things. Yeah, I should be doing everything I can be to be, you know, marryable or dateable, at least for now. And I should be doing everything I can be to be healthy. And I should be doing everything I can to be a good friend and a good communicator. Um, but I also need to, I think part of being a Christ follower, which I am, is trusting that God's grace can cover my mistakes and also just the season that I'm in. But that's really hard to remember a lot of the time. Because you just sort of get into these ruts of feeling like, well, I'm fat, and I have a feeding tube, and everybody's staring at me, and I am completely undateable because I haven't had a boyfriend in 5 years, and I am a horrible communicator because I have texts sitting in my phone that I haven't responded to for weeks, and emails that are months old, and a million other things. But it's not helpful to just ponder on those things. So I'm trying to find the line between striving to better myself and just accepting grace and saying it's okay. Like, who I am is enough. How I am is enough. My weight is fine. You know, it's probably a health thing and it will adapt. But that's really difficult. And right now, today, I don't know how to do that. I'm really struggling. So, yeah. Day in the life of a spoonie.